Hello, everyone. Hello, my name is Fury again, and I'm in another video, but this one is a scripting tutorial because as I was scripting this game called Coffee Cravers for some random cafe group thing, I found out that I was actually getting decent in scripting, and then that made me remember. Oh god, it was a pain to find the right tutorials. Usually I resorted to Alvin blocks, but I'm making another one, hopefully, to see if it helps anybody. So the first thing about making games would technically just be opening Roblox Studio. So you basically need to click create here in Roblox and find the create new game button. And then you can choose whichever one you want. But for learning scripting, I think baseplate would be the best one for it. Does it? Oh. Okay. Click the thing and then click the other thing. Got it. So now, what you have to do, if you've got Roblox Studio downloaded, all you have to do is press edit. If not, it will automatically install Roblox Studio when you press edit, so either way you'll get in, just you have to wait. Now usually when you start, I think this is what you're opening up to. Well, either way, the first things you need to do in Roblox Studio itself is opening two main things, the Explorer and the properties. So this way, through the Explorer, you can check everything in the game. For example, if you want to see everything physical, it would be in the workspace, where you can have the base plate, the camera, and terrain. But the base plate is the one thing you can only see because that's been scaled to size. Then you've got everything else like players, lighting, replicated first, replicated storage, and all that stuff. And especially for scripting things like, say if you want to shift a sprint key or script, you need to put that in like the starter player, and if you have tools you've created, you put that in the starter pack so they spawn with it. It's kind of simple once you get used to everything here. Now, say we need to make a simple script, say that makes a part change color whenever you click it, or touch it even to make it easier for you. So to insert a part, you could either right click workspace and find insert part, then you just click that, or you can just go into the home tab here and click part, and it should just spawn in front of you. Now this part will, okay, get rid of the world, that's just a plugin I have. This part will be the part that changes color whenever we touch it. To do this, we're going to need to insert a script into it. Through that, you should just go press the plus icon and click script. Now, to start us off, I'm going to have some simple scripting things. So, first up is referencing. We need to make variables so we can easily access, say, the part here. To do that, we will need to find it. So to make a variable first, you need to type in local space the variable's name, so I'd just call it part, space equals space, and here we enter where it is. Now since you can't just type in part and it will appear, you're going to have to reference it. Now you could do this from saying script, which is the script you're typing in now, .parent, which references the part, but you could also do it without using without having the script inside of it by going game first of all, so that's the game entirely, dot workspace, and then dot part, and then that's it. That's just that's just how you reference. There are complicated parts to it, but this is just all there is. So I could do it again, say if I added another part here and named it something different so you can reference it separately from that part, just called EF, I don't know why. Then you could reference it like game.workspace.ef, and just like that you've referenced that part. Now also the most important thing about scripting is grammar or spelling. It needs to have the capital letters where it's exactly supposed to have it, and it needs to have correct spelling, and make sure there's a dot in between each one for referencing. Now we'll go back to referencing part, and then there you have it, there's our part variable. We're going to need to change its color, so the first thing you need to do is create a function where it actually changes its color. So to make a function, you want to say local space function, and then write its name after that. So the function's name would be color changing, I guess. And then you just have an open and close bracket there. That's just for the advanced things, so we'll put something in that in a later tutorial if we ever have one. And from here, if you just press enter, you should have it automatically put an end in for you, and then you've got all this space to put scripting in. Now we need to make it change color, so usually we need to go to part and then find its color variable, whatever its color. So that's when properties comes in. You click on part in the Explorer, or you could click it on in here. It would be the same either way. And you should be able to look around in the properties, and we're looking for one like brick color, which is up here. Now if you're Australian like me, it will be odd spelling, but you're gonna have to spell it like that. So that's the variable that we need. So part.brick color, as you can see I missed a capital C there. And then to make it change color, this is where it gets tricky. You want to do space equals and then another space, and then you can't just type in say black or random color, because that doesn't work. When you're changing the colors of bricks, you're going to type in brick color dot, well it could be dot new and you can insert your own color. It could be dot black just to give it the basic colors, or it could be dot random, and that should be it. I'm pretty sure that's everything scripting. I may have to change that if that's wrong, but then we drop a few lines outside of end, and then we have to make sure the function calls whenever something touches it. So we need to say part dot touched, which means it's referencing its touched value, which it wouldn't appear in properties. It's more of an action. So when it's touched, you need to connect. So you need a colon here, and then just connect after, and then you have the two brackets, and then that's it realizing it's being touched. Then you're gonna have to type in the function that we gave it. So color changing. And there we go. Now part.touch.connect color changing should just call the function. Now let's see what happens when we play. It works. But have you noticed how when we started, it was already a different color? Well, that was because it was originally touched by the base plate. Now usually that wouldn't matter, you could just move it up a bit and anchor it so it stays in place. But I want to teach you how to stop this from happening. Now this is where it gets even trickier, because you need an if statement. So if, it would light up blue, meaning it's a proper statement that you need to use. So I've realized we also need to type in hit here. So that's what it hit. So if hit is equal to base plate, or we need to reference it by going game.workspace.baseplate, and then enter. And then that's what, then you just copy this over. That, if I can speak, you just copy this into here. Make sure there's a tab behind it. It's not necessary, but it's how it usually is. Now it still won't work, because now it's going to be actually quite the opposite. We need to make sure that it doesn't change color when it's touching the base plate. So two equal signs, if you haven't knew now, two equal signs just means is equal to. You can't have one equal sign, otherwise that would just mean you're changing it. But if you want to mean it's not equal to, you're going to have to type in a tilde located in the top left. If you just shift click that, or shift press, whatever it is, and then equals. That is not equal to, that's what that means. So what this is going to do is it will check if it was touched by the base plate, and if it was, it won't do anything, but if it wasn't and it was touched by me, the player, it would change colors. So let's just test this theory and see if it works. And you can tell now something's wrong. In the output area, you can see the script was messed up somewhere. That was particularly on me. That wasn't supposed to happen. And it was just a simple problem like this. See, simple things like missing brackets or missing capitals can really change the effect of the script. So now we can play it and there's no errors left. It should be all ready to go. Now it starts as stone grey, and when you touch it, it changes colour. So that's one of the more simpler codings I can teach. And being honest, if you can do this, you're on a really good start, considering that you haven't known anything about the script before, about scripting in general. So anyway, if you think I should do more scripting tutorials, let me know in the comments, and let me know specifically what you would like me to teach you, and I will hopefully do that in a later video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.